Hello everybody, thank you for coming back to this channel. So for today, we would like to review this Midea dryer that we've been using for more than 6 months now, or 7 or 8 months. So in this video, I'll be giving you my thoughts on the design, the pros and cons, and hopefully it will be able to help you if you are in the market or try to make a decision on which kind of dryer you should choose. Okay, this is the Midea 1088HP. The HP at the back stands for heat pump, if I'm not mistaken. So what does a heat pump dryer means is that it's able to just dry your clothes without having an external hose connected to it. So it's just basically plug and play. This dryer is placed in my home office, so we don't have a drainage hose attached to it. Okay, first I would just like to introduce to you how this thing looks. Okay, the thing that attracted my attention is that the minimalist look and feel to this dryer. It's actually just black and white, and unlike some dryers that I've surveyed, even the writings, the digital display of this dryer, the font is also white in color, so it looks very clean and neat, and it suits the aesthetic of the room that I'm going for. Most of the things in this room is black and white. Okay, so here in the middle you can see there is a knob to select the type of functions you can use this dryer with. Usually, on a day-to-day basis, what we just end up using is this option, which is the cotton extra actually. It's 4 hours 48 minutes. Okay, I'll go more into it later. Okay, over here you can see the power button, and here is the start and pause button. Okay, over here is a tray. This tray is where the water is stored. Okay, whenever after you finish drying your clothes, this container has to be taken out and the water has to be poured out through this blue hole here. Okay, and after that you just slot it back in. Alright, so in the middle here, this thing opens from the left hand side. There is a latch here for you to open, and the door is quite tight. Because I have a toddler at home, I think this is a good feature to have because it's not easily openable. Okay, it doesn't have a latch here where you can just squeeze it and it opens like a washing machine. Although washing machine usually just has a lock feature on its own, but this door is quite sturdy lah. So when you open it, there is a light inside to help you if in case you want to find a particular piece of clothing and things like that. Okay, inside is very spacious. This is a 10 kilo dryer. Okay, when you're looking for a dryer, I would suggest that you go for a dryer that is bigger than your washing machine capacity. Okay, this is because when you dry your clothes, if it's too full, what will happen is your clothes end up getting very wrinkled. So although a lot of the dryers have this feature where they say it's anti-wrinkle and all that, but if you sumbat too much clothes inside, it's going to get very wrinkly, okay, no matter what the advertisement say. Okay, right in front here you can see there is a lid trap. This lid trap has a latch here. You open and you remove the lid. Okay. Alright. It has to be replaced back every time before you start the new cycle. Okay. Then importantly, you can find this latch here. Okay, obviously you can open. Now this latch, the internals of this part you want to clean after every maybe about 10 washes. That's how my wife does it. So every 10 washes you just open and clean up the interior. So you have to flip the latch here. Okay, I'm not going to show you that now. So this is a vent for the heat to come out. So basically this is what you can find. This dryer is also able, you either can use you can let it run by itself, or the water when it dries the clothes, it comes to this container, or you also have the option to attach a hose and let it just exit straight away. Okay, and over here we just did it the plug and play way. Okay. So moving on to the next part of the video. Here, I would just like to show you the option that we usually use for daily clothes. Okay, so what we normally do is we will go for this 4 hour 48 minutes, and then we will put in the clothes inside, and we also have this woolen balls that we have. We throw it in with our laundry together to avoid it from getting too tangled. Okay. In addition to not having the clothes all tangled up, this wool ball also helps to reduce the static in the clothes. Okay, so when you just finish drying your clothes and when you take out, you don't get like those electric shock. Okay, so that's what this wool ball is for, right? So when we use this 4 hours 48 minutes, there are also some touchscreen here for you to select whichever options you want, which we usually don't use. Okay, so what we do is we just put in the wool ball, put in the clothes, close it. Alright, just to show you, okay, here are some clothes I have. So we will just put in the clothes like this. There is no need to separate it one by one and all that, because the tub is big enough. It will just separate on its own. Put it in, close it, hit start. So now the machine is already running. Okay, the dryer is already running. Alright. So even though the time here shows 4 hours 48 minutes, bear in mind that the time will reduce it will gradually reduce based on the amount of clothes you put in. The machine will detect, and it's not going to run for close to 5 hours. Usually it takes us about 2.5 hours to 3 hours for one cycle to be done. Okay, once the cycle is done, this is how I usually take out the clothes. We will usually take it out and we'll put it this way so that it's not wrinkled, because when the clothes come out, it's already untangled and quite almost like you've ironed it up. Okay, so if you were to shove it all in like this and you leave it here overnight or whatever, then when you take it out, the clothes are going to be all creased up. It's not going to be anti-crease anymore. So when it comes out, when it's still hot, you put the clothes this way, roughly. This is how we do it anyways, so that it doesn't get creased. Okay, once you finish washing your clothes, the first thing you have to do is you have to take out this container, throw out the water, place it back in and make sure it's dry before you put it in, and then take out the lint here in the drain trap, and you open the flap here like this, and you will see that these places will be all filled with lint. All this kind of lint is what when you hang your clothes outside and you just dust it out like this, and all the dust will enter your nose, right? Some people are allergic like me. I cannot, I'll start sneezing. So after getting this dryer, I would say that kind of sneeze attacks have reduced for me anyways. Okay, so you have to clear the lint and then you put it in before you can start the next cycle. So usually after drying the first round, certain clothes of mine, like for example these pants, these parts will not dry properly, especially if you have thick pockets. So what we'll do is normally we will put it upside down, okay, put it back in, close the door, and select this option for warm 10 minutes option, and then just press start. It will just run for 10 minutes just to dry those extra wet areas. Now, if you were to dry your clothes overnight and then you go to sleep, the next day you come in, if you take it out immediately, the clothes will be all wrinkled. So what you can do is you can switch to this, refresh for 20 minutes and just let it run. After 20 minutes when the clothes come out, it's going to be as though it's just dry, it's going to be like warm. Okay, so onto a very brief pros and cons for this dryer. Okay, I would say the pro is that ever since I got this dryer installed, I save a lot of time. We've saved a lot of time in terms of hanging clothes, looking at the weather, making sure it's not raining and all that. We can do our laundry at any day, anytime, day or night. You will just get this dry. You'll dry the clothes provided we have electricity at home. Okay. Another pro, I would say that there is no noticeable increase in our electricity bill. Okay, we are living in Malaysia now, so with or without the dryer, I would say maybe there is a 20 ringgit difference. Almost some months I don't notice it, some months I see a little bit of an increase depending on how much you use it. We use this dryer almost 2 days once for 2 loads of clothing. So yeah, so no noticeable. I think that's a very big pro, because usually heat pump dryers has this thing where they say it's very energy efficient. Okay, so beware of what kind of dryer you're buying. The technology of the heat pump actually saves a lot of electricity. We go about the cons. I would say that using this heat pump dryer, it's a little bit tedious that every single time you do your laundry, you have to throw the water. So that's a little bit tedious. In terms of the noise, now because this is, as mentioned earlier, this is my home office. So if the dryer is running, I find it a little bit noisy to do any video calls or what, because it tends to get a little bit loud. Okay. In terms of the vibrations, I don't notice any vibration. This is how I place it. Talk about the heat. When the dryer is running, you need to place it in a well ventilated room, because otherwise the room does get a little bit hot, because the heat comes out through this front door here, so it can get kind of hot. Of course, it's not hot like until your toddler come and touch and burn his or her hand. It's not that hot, but there is a noticeable increase in the room temperature as this thing is running. Okay, and then one final noticeable sort of a con is that this bottom part here, if you don't clean it quickly or what, there is a noticeable damp smell that you can get. So after a bit of research and checking with Midea, so what I found out is that because this is a heat pump technology, there is a little bit of wetness that can be caught in the internal part of this area. So you just need to get like a dry cloth and just wipe out that area and let it air out. Okay, you don't have to do it every week, but if you don't do it at all, there will be like a musky smell But then so far, after about 6, 7 months of using, the smell does not transfer to the clothes. The clothes smell fine. Okay, another thing I would like to highlight is that the water that you gather here, you are not supposed to use it for your pets, or you're not supposed to use it to water your plants, because some people, they try to be very eco-friendly, so they use back the water on the plants to say that they don't have zero waste and all that. But the water that is gathered here is supposed to be thrown, because I believe your plant will die. I've never tried it personally, but based on the research that I did, if you do that, your plants will die, because the water, I guess, is not suitable for life. Okay, I'll just quickly show you how we usually do our laundry. Okay, turn it on, open the thing. Okay, the wool balls are already inside. You make sure the lid trap is here, you make sure the container is fixed. So we just push all the clothes in. There is no need to separate it individually because the tub is big enough. The washer I'm using is 8.5 kg, so this is 10 kg, so it's enough. Okay, just throw it all in. Also make sure the type of clothes you use is dryer friendly. Okay, you use a lot of synthetic clothes and all that. If it's not dryer friendly, it's gonna get destroyed. Okay, put it in, switch to 4 hours plus, click start. So the cycle will start, and after about half an hour plus or so, this dryer, the timer will reduce significantly, not just half an hour, it will reduce a lot as it's trying to realize that the clothes are already drying. So it's not going to take you 5 hours to dry, okay, as mentioned earlier. Okay, thank you everyone for watching this video about our dryer. So this is going to be a new series that we'll be doing, where we try to review some of the household electrical appliances we have in our house. So hopefully this can help benefit some of you who are trying to make a decision in purchasing household appliances. Okay, if there any other appliances you would like us to cover, do comment below, let us know. Otherwise, I'll just go through the motion. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, help our channel grow. Thank you. What the hell? This is touchscreen now?
Yeah.
Cut this.